Oh, I have not done a video in a long time. I'm just like talking to myself. I just finished another appointment. With my internal medicine doctor, who's really great because he will order any test I want. And is willing to hear me and, considers my scan options, like brain scans. But every time I go to these, or I tune into these appointments, it just makes it further. When I don't get answers for trying to prove it not to be some sort of neurodegenerative disease, it just further makes it seem like it is. I just had a brain scan yesterday. Nope, that's not true. I had a neuropsych test. And I haven't had one of these since 2020. Yeah, August 2020. And after having that test, I have never been so scared in my life. It's like I'm forgetting everything. Like I didn't know half of the images. No, I knew them. I just couldn't say them. And I don't know. I definitely failed. And there's no pass or fail, but I definitely did not do well. And I've had one of these before, but I didn't realize how much worse I had gotten in these last few years of isolation than up until yesterday. I rely on the notes. I rely on time. Time to sit and think and remember. But I literally have no way to remember things, and it just doesn't stay in there. I have no actual memory. I have to connect it to my life and I can't use those cues all the time. There's only so many cues I can make. It's exhausting, but I can't remember anything. But I don't want to be but also there are so many other things that are just wrong. Not just my memory though. I'm so damn exhausted. My thalamus is so bad. It's like rotting. It is not like, it's not actually like rotting, but it is like dying. It is equivalent to the age range of someone in their 50s to 70s, 79 years old. And I'm clearly not that old. 23. I'm 23, and I've been looking for answers for a little over 3 years. And I was so set on going in and getting this figured out as soon as possible, so I can get my life back together as soon as possible, because this was throwing a wrench in my plans. This was messing up my schedule. This was making me late for class. This was making me embarrassed to tell my professors that I was late to class I missed class because I couldn't wake up, and I didn't wake up for any of my many alarms. That can't be your excuse. Usually ever, but that for sure can't be your excuse every day. That was my excuse every freaking day. I was losing all of myself. But the thing is, like, it wasn't depression because I so much cared. I mean, yes, people with depression, they care, but my drive is there. It is there. I have the drive and the ambition, but I have no way to fuel it, no fuel for it. Like, literally, it's like a gas tank with a hole in its side. It just, so freaking exhausted. I can fall asleep instantly. Despite stimulants and caffeine, I can just fall asleep so quick. But now the sleep talking and the sleep sweating, night sweats, and, being irritable, which was normal for me, but this is worse. And not even being able to just remember my symptoms unless I look at my list. Like, that is how bad it is. I have so many different areas of my health, that are in question. And that's scary. But what's worse is, like, they're not finding the answers. They're just leaving them. Like, open-ended questions without a definite response. And you could say that I'm becoming irritated by that. Every area clearly shows something is wrong, but honestly, I think the biggest part is why? If I know rare diseases aren't that rare. There are so many rare diseases. And yes, maybe, it's rare for someone to have, like, a similar disease or, like, disorder or something. But there are so many rare disorders that everyone is probably bound to get one. But this is a lot of them. I can't have one in every single area of my life. And then, when I first started, like, getting sick and everything, doctors, they always do the whole psych thing. It's in your head. And that happened for a long time. But it's also the whole, oh, you need to eat better. Well, I eat like every other college kid. At least that's when I was in college. I ate like every other college kid. So why aren't they getting sick too? And so I eat better. But still, nope. It must be because of this. It must be because of this. It must be because of this. I don't look sick, so they don't actually consider me sick until I get more sick. And I don't want to get more sick. know I'm an ugly crier, I'm sorry. I've been sick I've been alone for so long. I'm trying to figure this out so I don't have to burden anyone with the unknown answers that I'm burdened with. And also because I don't have the energy to even maintain a relationship or friendship or anything. I literally can't. If I can barely manage the few hours in my day that I can actually like get up and do stuff, and I can't manage someone else or having someone else in my life. And I know myself too well that I always put other people before me. Like if it's like someone saying, if I had, let's say like an exam in the morning or I don't know, anything like that, anything that was important for me or my future or my anything, if someone else needed my help, I'll be there. I'll do it. You know, if someone else is upset, I need to make them feel better. I need to let them talk it out because I know from experience what it is like to not have anyone that will listen or feel like your problems aren't worth anyone's time or that they're a nuisance. And so if a friend comes to me with those problems or some issues or like, you know, things going on in their life that they want to unpack, I'm that person. I got you, you know. But I can't even remember people's names. I don't have the energy to literally have conversations. I can't spend more than a couple nights faking it before I'm out for weeks. I can only do a couple conversations throughout the day where I'm chastity before it kills me. So at this point, it's literally a means of, and I know it sounds dramatic, survival for me to hide away in my room or maybe my apartment and not go outside, to avoid eye contact in conversation when I do see someone, to bypass, you know, a potential conversation with people like catching up with me, to go out to the bars that are literally right below me since I live in downtown area, because I can't be consistent. I have no updates on my life. My life has been paused for years. And honestly, I'm so freaking mad at the universe because my whole life has been a goddamn struggle. It's been a goddamn struggle. And I understand some people have it worse, yeah. But I literally have been fighting for so long. I have been fighting for so long. I have been in survival mode my whole life. I have been trying to work every system my whole life. Trying to find a way to, unfortunately, tuck my problems under the bed, shove them under the bed as long as possible so people didn't want, so people wouldn't think of me as a burden. Dissociate from the things happening in my personal life and live a different one at school. Because not only was that a way to, have a life and not let more things be weighed down by those things, it was also a way to literally, to seriously survive it. You can't let your thoughts be clouded by all that stuff. You have to separate it. In my environment, it's easy to, pretend like everything is fine. But there's only so long that you can do that. But then after Sydney died, I got to go to a brand new place. And I was already looking forward to a brand new start. I was so excited for school. Growing up, at school, everyone always thought of me as ditzy or an airhead, or they'd always say I'm a brunette with blonde roots. And honestly, I did play into that part a little bit. But a lot of the times, it was just because I didn't know how to control the ADHD. I didn't know how to stop myself from speaking before thinking about it. I didn't know how to ask the right questions. And I really didn't know how to critically think, I guess, in those situations, and understand. And I also didn't accept that I had a learning disability because my dad said I didn't, even though my mom said I did and got me tested. But I grew up thinking I didn't. So I worked so hard. All of my friends, they are geniuses. They probably don't think so, but to me, I wish my brain worked like that. To get it so quickly, to not have to break it down. I was always so thankful in math class because teachers and professors always make you break down the problem, show your work. And while everyone else complained about showing their work, I was thankful for it because I needed it. And then it put everyone else at my same level. And also showing my work was the only way I could literally do the fucking problem. Sorry for my language. But, and weirdly enough, math is my favorite subject. And I think math was my gateway into being so controlling over details. Showing my work with everything. Because with that, I can still get the right answer in all areas of life. And I can get the right answer every time. But all my friends, they just had it easy. They're so smart. But they're not. They're doing their own thing, and everyone gets to live their own life, and I'm kind of stuck. I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought, so I'm just gonna go now. But maybe I'll have a video diary or something. I'm sorry, I've been having a runny nose the last 5 months, so it's not going away. But I'm gonna go now and watch some Grey's Anatomy because that's another way to dissociate from my life. And hopefully, soon enough, I'll have answers and a way to get